Today's video is a part 2 segment on biblical plot devices. This is where I show the viewers the most outrageous plots that were used in the Bible that went unnoticed due to the 3 B's of religion: belief, bias, and brainwashing. The first plot device I want to introduce are the women coming to Jesus' tomb. The story tells you that these women came to bring sweet spices to anoint Jesus. The thing with that is, nobody anoints dead people. Even by Jewish law, culture, and belief, you could not touch a dead body unless you were part of the Sheva Kadisha performing the Tahara. The Tahara is the cleaning and preparation of the dead for a burial ceremony. Many think not touching the dead is only a Nazirite rule, but if they read Numbers 19 verses 11, it says anyone who touches a dead body is unclean for 7 days. But let's say for argument that if the disciples decided to ignore the spiritual law, it still wouldn't make any sense to do so, because that would be the equivalent of going to a cemetery today, dig up your loved ones, and start putting perfumes on them. So to make it make sense from a Jewish standpoint and expose the plot device, let's indulge in why the Gospels have these women performing these rituals. The key words in these passages are sweet spices and anointing. This formula of anointing incense was brought up in Exodus 30, where God told Moses and Aaron to make this incense oil made of myrrh to burn before the Ark of the Testimony. The New Testament is referencing these verses in an attempt to make it appear as prophecy. That's why Christians are always talking about foreshadowing, because their bias and dissonance won't allow them to admit that these are intentional misinterpretations. In Mark 14, 3-6, a woman comes with an expensive flask of perfume and pours it on Jesus. Few pay attention, but the Gospel of John is the only gospel that says it was Mary, due to the earlier Gospels having Mary Magdalene show up at the tomb later with expensive spices, while the other Gospels say a woman or a woman of the city. Jesus goes on to tell the disciples to leave her alone because she has anointed his body before his burial. So if the body is already anointed, there should be no women going there afterwards. Even the Gospel of John says Nicodemus came and performed the Tahara when Jesus died. So there was no need for anyone to go where Jesus was buried. But the story plot needed someone to go to the grave in order to witness the resurrection. And the events that happened while they were there, according to the Bible, proves that the gospel narratives of Jesus' life were embellished for theological reasons. All you have to do is compare what happened at the tomb in all 4 Gospels and read the footnotes. If you still don't see the different plot devices, contradictions, additions, and different schemes, then maybe it's just no hope for you understanding it. And that's definitely not okay. Cello the Great.